Look, the universe isn't going to pay your credit card bill. And let's be real, that $2,000 manifestation retreat just put your retirement back by 3 years. I mean, let's actually talk about the math your spiritual coach is hiding from you. I know. It's tempting to believe that frequency and vibrations will magically fill your brokerage account. But while you're busy journaling about your dream life, the people selling you those journals, they're the only ones getting rich. We are breaking down today why your abundance mindset is actually a poverty trap designed to keep you broke, hopeful, and scrolling. It's time to stop visualizing and start owning. Think about it for a second. I mean, really think. You're sitting on your yoga mat, eyes closed, attracting a windfall, while your 24% APR credit card debt is manifesting a very real financial disaster in the background. I see this cycle everywhere. Brilliant, professional women who excel in the boardroom, but are being gaslit into believing their bank balance is low because their energy is off. I'm going to be blunt because I care way more about your net worth than your feelings. You don't have an energy block. You have a math problem. When you hand over $2,000 to a wealth architect who has never actually managed a diversified portfolio, you aren't investing. You're donating to their lifestyle. Right? I mean, look at the numbers. If you took that same $2,000 and put it into a boring, low-cost index fund with an average 10% return, that money would grow to over $34,000 by the time you retire. That is a guaranteed shift in your reality that no amount of sage burning can replicate. The abundance industrial complex thrives on keeping you in a state of perpetual becoming. They want you to believe that wealth is some secret code only they can unlock. For a subscription fee, obviously. But the truth is much less glamorous and much more effective. Real wealth is built on the things these coaches find low vibe. Like compound interest, tax-advantaged accounts, and automated contributions. Today, I'm showing you why the most boring financial plan you've ever heard of will outperform every high-ticket manifestation masterclass on the market. It's time to stop waiting for a sign from the universe and start reading your own balance sheet. Let's look at the math your favorite guru skipped because, well, let's be honest, spreadsheets don't look cute on a beige Instagram slide next to a designer latte. Serious. You know that $2,000 you just dropped on a wealth activation weekend? The one where you danced in a circle and breathed through your left nostril to align your chakras with abundance? Look, I'm about to ruin your mood. If you had taken that same $2,000 and actually put it to work in the S&P 500 at its historical 10% average annual return, that money would be worth nearly $35,000 in 30 years. You didn't just buy a ticket to a hotel ballroom. You literally set $35,000 of your future self's money on fire, all for a weekend of high fives and the smell of burning sage. And while you're busy vibrating at the frequency of millions, your local bank is sitting there laughing at you. I mean, they're paying you a pathetic 0.01% interest on your savings. Think about that. I'm talking about the rule of 72. The simple math that shows how long it takes for your money to double. At 10%, your money doubles every 7 years. At 0.01%, it will take you 7,200 years to double your cash. You'll be a literal ghost by the time you see a return. This is how global capitalism actually works. It rewards the owners and the shareholders, not the thinkers and the manifestors. The bank uses your money to get rich by lending it out at 20% interest on credit cards, while you get a participation trophy in the form of a 2-cent interest payment at the end of the month. But that's not even the most insulting part of this scam. Because while you're trying to think your way into a higher tax bracket, there's a specific psychological trap the financial industry has set for you. One that makes you feel like you're winning while you're actually losing everything.
And it all starts with the one word every boss babe coach uses to keep you from checking your bank balance. That word is abundance. I mean, it sounds so much better than debt, doesn't it? But while you're out here trying to raise your vibration, look, the people actually getting rich are busy being incredibly boring. I'm going to give you the blueprint they don't want you to have, mostly because it doesn't involve a $500 crystal or some weekend retreat into Loom. First, I need you to perform a brutal guru audit right now. Look at your feed. If your favorite financial mentor posts more photos of their rented private jet or their morning ritual than actual brokerage statements, honey, you're not watching an expert. You're watching a parasite. If their content is 90% vibes and 0% data, unfollow them immediately. They aren't teaching you how to build wealth. I mean, they're just using your genuine desire for a better life to fund their own lifestyle. Stop being the fuel for their fire. Next, you have to build what I call the HYSA moat. Most of you are still keeping your hard-earned cash in a big-name bank that treats you like a line item, paying you a pathetic 0.01% interest. You're literally letting billionaires profit off your inertia. Move your cash into a high-yield savings account earning at least 4.25% APY today. It's not manifesting money, right? It's literally demanding that your money works as hard for you as you did for it. Then we're starting the boring DCA. Forget feeling the market or waiting for a sign from the universe to invest. We're taking 15% of your paycheck and automating it directly into VTI or VOO. No thinking, no checking the headlines, and definitely no intuitive trading. Just cold, hard, mechanical automation. It's not flashy, and it won't give you a boss babe story for your Instagram, but it will actually make you a millionaire, while the manifestation masters are still trying to figure out their tax returns. Finally, you must master the 48-hour rule. Look, we've all been there. That sudden, overwhelming urge to buy a designer bag or a luxury vacation because we want to act as if we're already rich. Let's be real. That's not an abundance mindset. It's just a dopamine hit to distract you from your stress. When that urge hits, wait 48 hours. If the spiritual need for that purchase disappears once the chemical spike in your brain levels out, you couldn't afford it anyway.
But here's the thing about this boring method. It works so well that it actually scares the people selling you wealth secrets. Because once you stop looking for a magical shortcut, you realize there's one specific psychological trap they've hidden in plain sight. And it's the reason why your vision board is currently the most expensive thing in your house. Let's run a simulation on 2 different lives. Because, you need to see the actual cost of vibrating higher versus just, doing the actual math. First, let's look at persona A. Let's call her manifesting Mia. Mia is apparently investing in herself, right? Or at least that's what the marketing copy told her. She spends $5,000 a year on high-ticket manifestation retreats, aligned crystals, and luxury items she cannot afford yet. Because she's busy acting as if she's already a millionaire. Fast forward 30 years, Mia is 60. She has a beautiful collection of journals, a very expensive aesthetic, and a mountain of anxiety. Because her retirement fund is a literal blank page. She spent her compounding years chasing a feeling of wealth, instead of actually building it. Now, let's look at persona B. We'll call her boring Beth. Direct. Beth doesn't have a vision board. She has an automated transfer. Every single month, without fail, she puts $1,000 into a boring, low-cost index fund. Authoritative? She doesn't check the energy of the market, you see. She just stays in it. Over 30 years, assuming a standard 7% to 8% return, that boring $1,000 a month
turns into roughly $1.2 to $1.4 million. Beth didn't have to visualize the money. She didn't have to manifest a check in the mail, right? The cold, hard math of compounding forced the wealth to happen. While Mia was waiting for a miracle, Beth decided to be the miracle. You really have to ask yourself, which one do you want to be when you're 65 and too tired to work? Do you want a stack of journals filled with "I am a money magnet" affirmations? Or do you want a 7-figure brokerage account that pays for your life whether you feel like it or not? See, the manifestation gurus hate this comparison because math is the one thing they cannot manipulate with a positive mindset. But here's the terrifying part. I mean, most people will still choose Mia's path. And it's not because they're lazy. It's because the boring portfolio has one psychological flaw that makes your brain want to reject it immediately. In fact, there's a specific reason why your brain is literally wired to choose the scam over the sure thing. And look, if you don't recognize it, you're going to keep manifesting yourself straight into poverty. Look, wealth isn't just some state of mind, it's a state of ownership. I mean, I know it's a lot more fun to drool about your millionaire self than it is to actually look at a spreadsheet. But we really need a savage reality check here. You can keep paying those gurus to tell you that you're worthy of wealth, while they get rich off your credit card swipes. Or you can actually start building it yourself. Think about it. Those gurus are manifesting their dream cars using your enrollment fees. Well, you're left with a high vibe candle and the exact same empty bank account, right?
The boring portfolio doesn't care about your mood. It doesn't care about your moon sign. And it definitely doesn't care about your vision board. It just works. Every time you choose a $50 manifestation workshop over a $50 deposit into your brokerage account, you're choosing a fantasy over your actual freedom. It's time to stop being a consumer of financial fantasies and start being a producer of your own reality. Go open that HYSA, set up your DCA, and for the love of your future self, stop buying the sage and start buying the index. Look, your future self is counting on your brain and your compound interest, not your vibrations. You don't need a miracle, You need math. If you're ready to build a real moat around your life and stop falling for these aesthetic scams, click the link below to see the exact HYSA I use to keep my cash secure and growing. Subscribe for more wealth strategies that actually move the needle on your net worth. I'll see you in the next one.